Hi, I'm Aisha Curry,
I'm Stephen Curry.
and we're here with BuzzFeed to take the relationship test.
Oh.
Ayesha and Stephen Curry's love story began like a whisper, quiet yet filled with promise. When Ayesha and Stephen Curry first crossed paths, neither could have predicted the journey. From budding romance to a thriving family, their love story is anything but ordinary. Today, as you glimpse into their children's lives, you'll find more than just a glimpse of their parents' legacy. You'll discover a fascinating blend of talent and personality. What secrets do these young ones hold? And how do they shape the extraordinary world of their famous parents? Dive in to find out. How they met. Stephen and Aisha first met at a church youth group in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2002, when they were just teenagers. However, the two didn't date back then and only thought of each other as friends. "We were just kids," Aisha told People years later. "He was the cute boy at church that all of the girls were obsessed with, so I made a generalization that maybe he wasn't for me." Still, Aisha stood out to Stephen. In the biography, The Miraculous Rise of Steph Curry, Steph's sister mentioned that Aisha would briefly talk to him after church. "That's how she would flirt with him in a way," she said. "He liked it. It left an impression." About 6 years later, in 2008, their path crossed again, and they ended up reconnecting in Los Angeles. Stephen played basketball for Davidson College in North Carolina, and Aisha was also pursuing a modeling career in LA. When Steph traveled to Los Angeles for the ESPY Awards, they met, even though Aisha didn't know the ESPYs. This made their reconnection as friends a delightful surprise. Interestingly, she had vowed never to date an athlete, as she believed they were arrogant about their accomplishments. She even told People that in high school she had written down what she wanted in a significant other. At the bottom it said, "No athletes because they're arrogant." However, fate had it the other way round. At the same time, when Stephen became successful in basketball, he liked that Aisha knew nothing about it. He once told a news outlet that Aisha's ignorance of his career was refreshing. Stephen eventually reached out to her on Facebook, and though she turned him down at first, he charmed her with his sense of humor and made her break her vow. She eventually agreed to a date. Aisha and Stephen Curry set out on their first date in Hollywood Boulevard, sharing chai lattes while visiting the famous Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in 2008. Aisha later talked about their first date on Jimmy Kimmel Live. She laughed as she remembered picking Stephen up in her 1998 Astro van. "Listen, we were 18 and 19, so if that clarifies anything," she notes. Stephen spent all the money in his pocket to impress her by buying a pair of Oakley sunglasses. Aisha quickly realized preconceived notions about him were wrong. "He was so funny and silly," she says. "The absolute opposite of what I thought he was going to be." After their first date, they started dating, and their relationship was pretty serious. Stephen took a bold step in love and spontaneously proposed to Aisha in the driveway of his parents' home, capturing her heart. They got engaged just 2 years after reconnecting in 2010. Stephen opened up about the engagement to parents via Parade, saying, "The plan was to act like we were going to a family cookout. So we pulled up to the house, and I stopped in the middle of the driveway, got down on my knee, and went into my spiel. Little did I know the whole family was looking out the window." Even more memorable, though, is that the two got engaged in the same spot where they had their first kiss. The couple married in the same church they had met 9 years earlier on July 30, 2011. According to the Charlotte Observer, Aisha wore a strapless taffeta amsale gown, and the groom wore a gray tuxedo. Aisha said, "During rehearsal, I kept telling him, 'You're not supposed to hold my hand.' But as soon as I saw Stephen, I was like, 'Can I please hold your hand?'" They are now married and have 4 children together. Before we discuss how their love bloomed over the years, how it lasted the test of time, and of course their children, let us briefly discuss their individual lives, passions, and careers. Aisha Curry. Aisha Diza Curry is a Canadian and American businesswoman, chef, restaurateur, and actress, born March 23, 1989 in Toronto. Aisha's mother is of Afro-Jamaican and Chinese-Jamaican descent, while her father is of mixed African-American and Polish descent. She was raised in Toronto until age 14, When she moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, she first gained an interest in cooking at a young age. With her mother operating a salon in the basement of their home, Aisha would watch as her babysitter cooked Trinidadian curry and roti and brought it down to customers. Aisha's career in the entertainment industry started at age 12 when she acted as the love interest in the music video for Too Young for Love by Suga Prince, now known as Seven Thomas. After graduating from Weddington High School, Curry moved to Los Angeles to become an actress, appearing mostly in bit parts. She appeared in the short film Underground Street Flippers, the TV movie Dan's Detour of Life, and in the direct-to-DVD movie Love for Sale within the year 2008 and 2009. After guest roles in several television shows and films, Aisha decided to launch a career in what she enjoyed doing at a young age, which was cooking. She began hosting Aisha's Homemade, aka Aisha's Home Kitchen, on Food Network in 2016. Despite not having professional chef training, she began her culinary career in 2014 when she prepared her first meal as a YouTube demonstration. In 2016, Aisha collaborated with chef Michael Mina in the Mina Test Kitchen of International Smoke, a Bay Area pop-up restaurant, and they opened another location of Mina Curry International Smoke Restaurant at One Paseo in Carmel Valley, San Diego in 2019. In 2020, Aisha launched Sweet July, a brand consisting of a lifestyle magazine, brick-and-mortar store, and product line. The same year, she launched her television and film production company, Sweet July Productions, with a first-look deal at Entertainment One. Progressing in her career, Aisha launched Sweet July Skin in 2023, and she opened Sweet July Cafe in Santa Monica in 2024. Let us briefly check out who Stephen Curry is and his career achievements. Stephen Curry. Wardell Stephen Curry is an American professional basketball player and point guard for the Golden State Warriors of the National Basketball Association, NBA, who was born on March 14, 1988, at the Akron General Medical Center in Akron, Ohio, to Sonia and Del Curry. His father and younger brother were NBA players, making the profession a household career. He was raised in Charlotte, North Carolina, where his father spent most of his NBA career with the Charlotte Hornets. Del often took Stephen and his younger brother Seth to his games, where they would shoot with the Hornets during warm-ups. The family briefly moved to Toronto, where Del finished his career as a member of the Raptors. During this time, Stephen's career started when he played for the Queensway Christian College boys basketball team, leading them to an undefeated season. He was also a member of Toronto 5-0, a club team that plays across Ontario, pitting him against fellow future NBA players Corey Joseph and Kelly Olynyk. Curry led the team to a 33-4 record en route to winning the provincial championship. After Del's retirement, the family moved back to Charlotte, and Curry enrolled at Charlotte Christian School, where he led his team to 3 conference titles and 3 state playoff appearances. Because of his father's storied career at Virginia Tech, Curry wanted to play college basketball for the Hokies, but was only offered a walk-on spot due in part to his slender 160-pound frame. He ultimately chose to attend Davidson College, which had aggressively recruited him from the 10th grade. He played collegiately for the Davidson Wildcats, where he set career scoring records for Davidson and the Southern Conference, and helped the Wildcats advance to the Elite Eight in 2008. He was named Conference Player of the Year twice and set the NCAA single-season record for three-pointers made during his sophomore year. The Warriors selected Curry as the 7th overall pick in the 2009 NBA Draft. Unanimously considered the greatest shooter of all time, Curry is credited with revolutionizing the sport by inspiring teams and players at all levels to more prominently utilize the three-point shot, surpassing Ray Allen, making him the all-time leader in NBA history. Stephen reconnected with Aisha at the peak of his career. They got married, and as discussed earlier, their beautiful love story began. Aisha, a Pentecostal Christian, described her faith as the foundation for everything she does. "My relationship with my husband is founded on my faith." She added that, "When Steph decided to play basketball, I had the same conversation with him that he had with me. Whatever you do it well, but do it for God." I think that's what has kept us grounded. When I started my blog called Little Lights of Mine, my whole goal was to do the things I wanted to do, but all while being a light for him. Now that we know that their love was built on the Christian faith, which has helped them grow and build their family over the years, let us learn about their children's lives and the secrets that keep their love blooming. The Curry's children. After tying the knot, Aisha became pregnant with the couple's first child. Almost a year after getting married, she gave birth to their first daughter, Riley Elizabeth Curry. Just like her mom, Riley started showing off her personality from an early age. It was clear at the 2015 NBA Finals when Riley stole the show at a post-game press conference. Between dramatic yawns and sassy remarks, "You're too loud, Daddy," she said. The little girl became an immediate viral sensation, with fans declaring her the real MVP of the 2015 NBA Finals. Growing up, one would think she would be interested in her dad's career path as a daddy girl, but keep watching as we see how it all turned out. Regarding hobbies, Riley is following in the footsteps of both her mom and dad. Although Stephen has said there's no pressure on his children to follow in his basketball footsteps because he wants them to develop their passions, he did note that Riley has started showing interest in sports, as she is interested in volleyball. Most recently, grown Riley attended a women's basketball game at Stanford University with her dad. They both dressed in a pink tie-dye hoodie and wore her hair in long braids for the sweet father-daughter night out. Also, on April 23, 2023, after the Golden State Warriors beat the Sacramento Kings in Game 5 of the NBA playoffs, Stephen and Riley showed the crowd their special handshake. Besides her athletic talent, Riley is also taking a cue from her mom and developing her chef skills. Aisha, talking about her daughter's culinary skills, told People on June 2022, "It's going to be interesting to see what path she takes because she can throw down in the kitchen already. She made us this chicken piccata the other night from scratch," she continued. "I did nothing. People were hitting me up like, 'That was fake, right?' And I'm like, 'Absolutely not. No. She did it from start to finish, and it was delicious. I was so proud I could cry," she said. Now that we know about their first daughter, let us check out their second child. Their family expanded again with their second daughter, Ryan Carson Curry, born on July 10, 2015. Aisha shared the news on her blog. "The gift of life is truly an indescribable thing. We were fortunate enough to experience it all over again. On Friday night, our beautiful little Ryan Carson Curry arrived perfectly healthy and happy." Stephen, describing his joy and announcing the birth of his second daughter, Ryan, posted a photo of Riley holding her new little sister with the caption, "I'm way up, I feel blessed. God is great." Just like her elder sis, Ryan grew up as a dad girl. They have shared a lot of beautiful moments that got fans drowning about the bond they both shared. One of these remarkable moments was when she was photographed giving her dad a high five from the crowd after Game 5 of the Western Conference first round NBA playoffs. One thing about Stephen is that he doesn't force his kids to like his sporting hobby, but wants them to figure out if it would be a thing they will love. While Stephen has said Ryan is still figuring out if sports is her thing or not, the little girl has spent plenty of time on the basketball court supporting her dad while growing up. She's been on the sidelines with her mom and sister for several of Stephen's playoff runs with the Golden State Warriors. She has already attended multiple victory parades after the Warriors clinched the championship. Like their mom, Ryan and her sister Riley are dedicated members of Beyoncé's Bayhive. Aisha once posted a photo of Ryan and Riley jamming to Beyoncé's song Already. A little Saturday inspiration. "My baby girls, they are loving Black is King," she captioned the Instagram post. 3 years after the birth of their second daughter, the couple welcomed their first son, Canon W. Jack Curry, in July 2, 2018. Later that year, Aisha explained her son's name, telling people that she and Stephen picked the moniker on their honeymoon. "We had his name picked out, and then we had another girl's name picked out that we didn't end up using for Riley," she shared. But Canon always stuck with us. France is one of our favorite places to vacation. And so his name's French, and it means young wolf, which Stephen loved because we kind of consider ourselves a wolf pack. Stephen shared that Canon has already developed quite the personality, describing the little boy as his most social child. He's 4, so we start pre-K, and he thinks he started middle school, so it's funny to see his energy. He thinks he's the mayor of his school already, and he hasn't even shown up to campus yet, the NBA star joked. Aisha also described Cannon as such a boy's boy, explaining that he's already gotten into basketball despite initial confusion about his dad's career. For the longest time, he thought his dad was a golfer because of the pandemic and that there was no basketball in season, so he's just now realizing that his dad and his uncles play basketball. That's been exciting for us, she said. In June 2022, Aisha showed off Cannon's impressive skills with a video of the little boy dribbling 2 basketballs at once. "Cannon Jack out here stunting like his daddy," Aisha wrote in the caption. "With this, we can say that Cannon is a mini-me of his father, and he likely grows up to be like him." Ayesha Curry, their last child, was born on May 11, 2024. Aisha and Steph announced his early arrival on Instagram roughly 2 weeks later. "He's doing great, and we are finally settling in at home as a family of 6. So grateful," they captioned a joint post. In May 2001, Aisha opened up about becoming a first-time mother at a young age, explaining how it was difficult to figure out her career while raising her children. As for Stephen, the 10-time NBA All-Star has mastered juggling his busy career with fatherhood, though he said his kids aren't all that impressed with his basketball skills. "I don't think they care too much about how many times the ball goes in the basket," he explained, adding that at home, "You're just dad, and that's the best part about it." Have you ever wondered what the secret to their beautiful love story is, and how they have maintained being a wonderful parent to their kids, despite their successful careers? Well, keep watching to find out. The secret to their amazing love story. Aisha was Stephen Curry's unwavering support system during the highs and lows of his NBA career. She remained steadfastly by his side as he initially struggled with his injuries, encouraging him through recovery and every obstacle they encountered together. In September 2016, when Stephen became the NBA's first unanimous Most Valuable Player and received the award, he gave an MVP speech about how much Aisha meant to him, praising her for supporting him and his career. "None of this is possible without you. You've allowed me to go out here and work as hard as I do, spend the hours I need to do at the gym, during practice, in games, and on the road, all the while holding down the house and doing the little things that keep our family going. You've given our 2 daughters an example to look up to as they grow up," he went on. "I don't take that for granted at all. It's special to watch you do what you do every single day, the strength you have and the patience you have," he said. In a 2019 interview with Hello Giggles, Aisha talked a little about how they keep their marriage strong, saying they're both good at communicating, which she feels is extremely important. She added that they also make sure to always put each other first, even before the kids, as tough as that sounds, by having regular date nights. "That's been very important, as hard as it is," she said. "Because when you become a parent, you want to put your kids first, and we do, but we do it second to our relationship. Ultimately, when our relationship is good, the kids are happy and they're thriving and our family life is good. We have to put that into perspective and realize that it's not us being selfish. It's making sure we set a strong foundation." Aisha and Stephen celebrated 10 years of marital bliss with a special vow renewal ceremony in 2021. They posted cute photos of themselves on Instagram and adorable captions expressing their love for each other. Stephen shared a carousel of photos of the 2 of them and wrote, "S 2011 to 2021, 10 years. My woman. Never a day goes by I'm not thankful for your presence, your beauty, your spirit. Sexy as can be inside and out and continuing to show me how amazing our God is by the creation that you are. Blessed me with the 3 of the dopest humans around. You are the key to everything that I do." This is a major milestone, but more a moment to get excited about the next chapters ahead. "Luckily, I'm still in love with my best friend, to Antares and back." In her own Instagram post, Aisha wrote, "My love, my adventure partner, my best friend, my confidant, my baby daddy, my everything. 10 years married, y'all. It has felt like the blink of an eye. Stephen Curry is by far, hands down, the most amazing being I know. I can't wait to see what the next 50 has in store for us. Happy day, happy day. We've been doing the most celebrating the past couple of days, July 30, 2011 to infinity and beyond. In July 2019, the couple announced the launch of their Eat, Learn, Play foundation, which works to end childhood hunger, give children access to quality education, and provide safe places for kids to play and be active. This is something that is really important for us, to take care of our community, take care of our children, and give back to the community that's given so much to us over these last 10 years, Stephen said. At the end of the summer of 2021, the couple got into more charity work. They launched the Curry Family Women's Athletic Initiative at Davidson College, Steph's alma mater, which was meant to empower young women in sports through financial assistance, mentorships, career opportunities, and outreach to the community. In a video about the initiative, Steph said, "The reason I am who I am today is also because of strong, powerful women who have poured into my life all these years. Now, as the father of 2 girls, I want them to grow up without any boundaries on their futures." The couple also took on a new venture with their game show About Last Night, which premiered on February 2022 on HBO Max. Steph and Aisha are co-hosts and executive producers, and in the show, celebrity couples join them for date nights featuring uncensored relationship trivia and games. Aisha told People that the show was a way for them to spend more time together. "We'd actually always wanted to do something together and wanted something around the premise of a date night," she shared. "We don't get to do a lot of them, but we love going on them. And so we said, hey, this is a great excuse to get some work done and also have some date nights. It's really that simple." While Steph and Aisha have very successful careers today, their bond remains strong despite their busy lives and respective careers. They have been redefining the idea of a power couple for almost 2 decades now, as they are equally known for their love and support for each other in balancing their career and parenthood effectively. What are your thoughts on Aisha and Stephen Curry's love story? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before you go, click on the video displayed on your screen.